Well, are you ready for some unindoctrination? I hope so, because ready or not, here it comes. And hopefully, we are bringing this to an end. We're putting a lid on this entire subject. We are dotting every I and crossing every T. Brandon Hellman, very, very insightful. If Jeff doesn't correct this error, some may hold him liable for whatever may happen down the road. Guilt by association tonight at 9:30 p.m. Let me see what time zone it will be. 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. I will be joining Rose 777, and I will be joining, it also looks like, Kingdom in Context. And we'll be together for a great show on Rose 777's channel. I'm looking forward to that. Tomorrow night at, I'm not sure what time yet. I haven't received the link, but I'm going to be on with Alex Stein, Conspiracy Castle. I think that it's a budding bromance. I really like him. I like his work. His work is high quality in appearance, and he's already offered himself as to give me some help in the way we present and the way that we do what we do. So, and I'll be frank with you, Alex Stein is the inspiration for wearing the jacket. He wears a suit and tie. And I won't do this every show, but I'm going to say that I want to apologize to you, my great listeners, because if I was going to meet with someone important, I would not come out in a t-shirt, no matter how cool the t-shirt was. But I was meeting with you in t-shirts constantly, but you are more important than anyone else I can meet with, almost. I mean, if President Trump would like to have a conference, and would I show up to see our great president in a t-shirt? No. Would I show up to see him in this jacket? Probably not. But the point is, you deserve better. You deserve more respect. And I apologize for not giving you the respect that you're due. And I thank Alex for not ever telling me, but just by showing his example, saying, hey, you know what? I need to step it up. So we've got some great programming coming up. And today we're going to go ahead and we're going to put, hopefully, the final straw on this thing. I know some of you like the t-shirts. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. And, the question is, what are you doing this for, Jeff? Well, we need to clear up the lies and the misrepresentations that Derek Bros, a.k.a. the Global Witness, and he continues to use my name, he continues to use my likeness, and he continues to use my image to promote, in spite of his promises, which have become lies, to discontinue doing so. We had an agreement. We split over this event that we're going to cover very quickly. It's only a 15-minute video. And I said, I'll stop. He said, take all the videos down off your channel. I'll take all the videos down off of my channel. I complied like a person of integrity, like a man of honor. That settles it. Cynthia likes it. And he did not. And that is why I have to be here. Like Brandon said, I have to make sure that the truth of this event and his complicity in said event is known to people that are going to be able. I do have shorts on. I'm not going to lie to you, but they do match. And people have to be able to get all this information. He's trying to start a whole new thing and get more people out in the desert doing this, doing that. And what you decide to do, you are grown ass people. You can do whatever you decide to do. But you deserve to have all the information, and I deserve not to have my image. I like the way I put that. What did I say? Not to have my name, likeness, and image used to promote his lies. I am a man of peace. You know that. I am a man of peace. And I am here to set the record straight so that all can have accurate data upon which to base their conclusions. Let all the facts be known. In this show, I intend to, that's right, business up top, party on the bottom, baby. And I intend to open up the lines at the end of this show. And like I used to say in the weddings that I used to do, if anyone has anything to say about this shit, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. I'm opening up the chat at the end. We'll take phone calls to any and all that can act with courtesy and that can act with respect. And let this be the last word on this debacle. You are being given the opportunity to speak. If you do not take it here, then let you hold your peace, ladies and gentlemen. Questions I will answer. Topics that I will discuss on this show. Jeff, why can't you just let it go? I think we've already talked about that. Why do you have to continue to talk about Derek Bros and the Global Witness? I think we've touched on that. Why are you so angry about Witness in the Desert? I don't know if I'm angry. I'm righteously maybe angry. And there's nothing wrong with being angry. Why did you turn your back on Derek? We'll talk about that. The police there were to blame for everything. We'll talk about that. Law enforcement violated the rights of those who are in attendance. Derek acted with great bravery. Why was the Witness in the Desert group persecuted? Derek has said many times he's done nothing wrong. It's a good thing Pinocchio's just a story. That's all. He wouldn't be able to walk upright any longer. Derek basically built your channel. That's another one. You're doing this just for subscribers. And was there a secret coin or amulet there? Let's address that one first. I hear this thing about Jeff. I heard there was a secret coin. I heard there was a secret amulet and Derek had it and it was doing magic. Look, I didn't see any secret coins. I didn't see any secret amulets or any other lets. I didn't see anything secret. He picked me up in Prescott, Arizona. I was with him and his wife. He took me to the hotel in Prescott. We got in the car in Prescott. We drove our ass all the way up to Monument Valley, including him putting me in the driver's seat when we went through Arizona so he could violate parole. So if we get caught, I get caught for transporting a fugitive, but that's not what we're talking about here tonight. And we'll go into the story, but I did not see an amulet. I did not see a coin. You're doing this just for subscribers. Well, in truth, and Cynthia, Jeff, why? Tracy, Jeff, why? Because it has the opposite effect. When I discuss this information, I lose subscribers, to be frank with you. I lose subscribers. But I just can't allow my name, my likeness, my image to be used to promote a so far alarmingly successful attempt to revise history. He wants people to believe that Witness in the Desert was a great success. He wants people to believe that he was a innocent victim at Witness in the Desert. He wants people to believe that he valiantly fought against law enforcement, that he valiantly stood up in the face of fascist oppression, that he valiantly stood up and led the people through the Red Sea. There wasn't a sea, but he made a sea and he parted it and he led us through. He wants everybody to believe that. And he wants everybody to believe that he's a tremendous, courageous leader and that this was a great and soaring spiritual event and that everybody had a good time and nobody got hurt. That's what he wants you to believe. And that's what he's using my name, my image, and my likeness to promote. We did a show the other day, part 1. This is the end of it. I've looked at his channel. I don't see any other videos relating to Witness in the Desert. He does still, even against his word, his word has no value. Not only did he leave this video on, not only did he leave the last video on his channel, he has other videos of him and I on his channel when he made me swear to take him down, and I did. Now, I put back the one with Jay and him, and I'm not going to put these back because they're not worth it, but this is why. Jeff, why can't you just leave it alone? Let's talk about that. I let it alone. I let it go. I complied with our gentleman's agreement. But come to find out, you can't have a gentleman's agreement with someone that's not a gentleman. I took the videos off of my channel. He might have taken them down. I don't know. I didn't check, but the videos are on his channel. And again, he's using my name, my image, my likeness to promote the historical revisionism and to promote his agenda, which is a lie. That's why I can't let it go, because he does not comply. It's just like if you have a treaty with another nation and they violate it, then the terms are off, and you make sure that you do what you can to get that treaty to take care of that nation. I'm a man of peace. You punch me once, you punch me twice, well, then you're going to have something coming back your way, and we're going to take care of this today. That is my hope. So what we're going to do is look at this video. It's a short video, and we're going to comment on it, and then we'll take the calls at the end of this, and then we will be done with this, hopefully forever. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go into the video. And this is a video that, let me try to remember. This is a video that we were there. We got there in the morning, and I think it was I think we only spent one night in the hotel. I think it was a Thursday. I went to Prescott on a Wednesday. On Thursday, we got up and we drove up here to Witness in the Desert. And this other presenter that we're not going to talk about because it's no reason to. He was not there yet. I drove up there with bros in the same car. We got there early on Thursday, I'm pretty sure it was. And I thought we were supposed to go in and have a campground in there. Oh, we're not going to go in. We're going to do this campground over here. No explanation. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But there's this, dude, it wasn't even a campground. It was a clearing in a field. That's all it was. And it had one silly, single, horrible outhouse on it. I know it was horrible because I had to go in it. I mean, it was so bad. And that's all it was. One. He was expecting 500-600 people. I think about 200 showed up. Think of that. 200 people, one outhouse. One. And then I'm thinking, this is kind of weird. I don't understand. Rex comes. He says, Jeff, what's going on? Well, I thought we were I'm like, I don't know, Rex. So all the people are here. And this is the nicest building on the property. This building doesn't really have a roof on it. Hardly a roof. You can see those slots right there in the boards. That's outside. That hole over there above my head, that's not a window. That's just a hole. Well, I guess a window is a hole, but you put some glass in it. That's just a hole. And it's less than 20 degrees. It's cold. And I think they got these garlics and stuff up here. Maybe they knew he was coming. That's a joke. But I guess it was to prevent the stink. And you see people all, because it was cold, man. And this is the nicest building. There's I think there's two buildings on this property. The other one had a big, maybe this is the one with the fire in it. And the fire's just over here. I can't really remember. But this is the nicest building. This is where he brought these people. And people come from different countries. They drove from across this country. They spent money they didn't have. And we show up there. Things aren't what we were told. We don't really know. I'm just there to speak. So he says, let's gather together. Let's have this quick impromptu show to talk about we're here. So now the scene is set. And once I make sure that you'll be able to hear this, which I said I would never do again, but I'll never do it again starting now. I click the share audio button. I share the screen. And here we go with the video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will comment on it. Let's make sure we got full volume. See, we don't want 77% volume. We want it wall to wall and treetop tall so that your great cousins can hear it. Okay, here we go with this is from Derek's site, Witness in the Desert Live. Of course, I say Witness in the Desert Live equals Witness in the Desert Lies, setting the record straight. It's with Rex Derrick and Jeff. I guess he's calling himself Rex Derrick. You know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go.
Going. Now we're live.
We are live.
Look at this. Here we are live at Witness in the Desert, and let me just tell you something. We have a lot to witness to.
That's for sure. That I agree with 100%. There's a lot to witness to, but there's a false witness and there's a true witness. And after I give you this information, you can decide which one of those global witness is. I like the way I did that. We do.
We have a lot to witness to. So hopefully getting this will allow some of you folks here to fall into the room. But and we truly appreciate you coming here and watching this and supporting the effort that we have here. It's been quite the adventure, and there are many things that have taken place that we're excited to bring you, because this is Witness in the Desert. And what that means is that everybody that is here gets to witness exactly what is taking place today. Because
yeah, and what is going to take place tomorrow, because that's when it really gets exciting, like a fucking like a Cowboys and Indian movie.
It seems that they have shut down the entire park.
Okay, let me replay that back. Listen to what he says.
Everybody that is here gets to witness exactly what is taking place today, because it seems that they have shut down the entire park to prevent us from going in. And so I haven't been up there yet, but from
okay, it seems that they have shut down the entire park and won't let us in. It seems that way because we tried to go up there and the police stopped us from going in. Now, he said I haven't been up there yet because he never went up there yet. He never, ever went up there yet to the park, to the hotel, to the police. He never did it. Shortly after this, Rex and I go up there, and that's when I pull up and they say, oh, it's a Christian whistleblower. I'm like, oh boy, why? And we find out what we didn't know sitting right here. What we did not know sitting right here. Because if you remember, Derek says, it seems like.
And so I haven't been up there yet, but from park ranger signs, and apparently that we've been told that that we cannot go into the park. In fact.
And see how he's playing this off? He's so surprised.
They didn't just shut it down for us, but they shut it down for everybody.
And he's shocked. He doesn't understand why. He can't imagine why. This is the narrative he's trying to paint. Folks, here's the truth. Sitting here on this night, looking you straight in the camera, looking straight into your eyes. I don't know why they won't let us in. It seems like it's a mystery. Oh, goodness me. Why won't they let us in? He's sitting there looking to you with his sparkly blues, giving you his little twinkly eye. I love you so much bullshit. When he's sitting there next to this great YouTube presenter and next to my fat ass, man, I was fat, sitting there next to me, and he's acting like I don't have any idea why. He knew exactly what was going on. He knew exactly why we weren't let into that park. We were not let into that park because he never even requested the proper passes, paperwork, or documentation that is required to enter into that park, and he knew it. He had a family on the inside of the park that he was a skeptical person would call it bribing. One that's not so skeptical would say that he was rendering them charitable aid, but he had them inside the park saying, oh, you can come stay on our land, their particular piece of land. It would be like me saying, I'm going to move to Canada because I've got a friend in Surrey, British Columbia that says I can stay at their house. Guess what? When I pull up to the border with 200 people and say, hey, we're going to go stay at my friend's house in Surrey, British Columbia, the border officer will say, cool story, bro. Where's your permission to enter Canada? Well, Jeff, it's just a state park. No, it's a sovereign nation. It's the sovereign Hopi nation. Or Navajo, I'm not sure which one it was, but it's a sovereign American Indian nation. And Derek Bros, veteran of Hollywood, I've executive produced, I fluffed Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr., I was giving hand jobs to Bill Gates, right-hand man of Bill Gates. You know, that's what it meant, did you? I was Israeli intelligence agency company CEO. I've arranged many meetings. He knew exactly what he had to do. He chose not to do it. And then he chose to sit there and pretend like he didn't know what he didn't do. And he's left all these people literally out in the cold. He didn't ever ask for the paperwork. He didn't ever fill out the proper paperwork. And just so you, oh, Jeff, you're being too hard. How do you know what he was planning to do, Jeff? How do you know what he was planning to do? Let me show you this real quickly. And I'll have to unshare the video, but don't worry, I'll get back into sharing the video. Jeff, how do you know what he was planning to do? Remember, I was called there to speak, and it was more than that. It wasn't just a speaking thing. It was to be a great big, I don't see where I want to be. It was to be a great big, I'll put this up on the other screen then. It was to be this great big filming operation. They were going to film, and they were going to do documentaries. And in order to do that in a native state park, you got to fill out paperwork. And do you really think that Derek Bros, with all of his great expertise, did not know that that was going to have to take place? Look at this. Oh, Jeff, how do you know what Derek was planning to do? Well, look at this. Witness in the desert. Production details for channel operators. We're going to do a production out there, ladies and gentlemen. We've got these super fancy cameras. Do you think he was planning to film? No, he just brought the super fancy camera so he could have a nice paperweight. I know it says it's the best, world's best sounding video camera. It's just a paperweight. He wasn't planning to film, because if he was planning to film, you think he would know. It says right on the website that you have to, if you're going to film, you have to have permission, you have to pay a fee, and you have to supply the paperwork. He didn't do it. And look at this fancy dancy broadcasting equipment. If you're going to broadcast from a sovereign nation, you got to do it. You know what they probably thought? They probably thought, what would you think if 200 foreign nationals penetrated your country and had broadcast capability equipment and felt? You'd think they're a bunch of spies, wouldn't you? So don't tell me that poor Derek didn't know that he was needed to get, that he really didn't plan to broadcast. Jeff, you're making stuff up. He clearly planned to broadcast, and he clearly knew that he had to have the permits to do so. He didn't have them. He knew why we weren't let in, and yet he's sitting here looking you in the eye. I don't know what's wrong. That's called a liar. That's called a manipulator. And I'll try to find where we were, but don't get mad at me for a little bit if we repeat a little.
Your corner park in your neighborhood, folks. This is a walking into the chat room.
Pastor, hallelujah.
You could tell us a little bit about you.
Okay.
To prevent us
There
from
we go.
going in. And so I haven't been up there yet, but from park ranger.
And he never went up there yet. And this is as good a time as any to tell. The police said, we want to talk to Derek Bros. He's the organizer. Derek Bros sent a young woman up there, wouldn't go himself. She came back. They won't help me. Derek Bros then says his mom, Mommy, please go talk to the police for me. Mommy does it, comes back. Mommy can't take care of little Derek's issues either. So then he says, Jeff, please go talk to the police for me. Pretty please. So I go up there and I talk to the police. The police say, look, all we want to do is talk to this guy. Our park's shut down. People can't get in. I think we can work it out if he'll just come up here and talk to us. But he wouldn't. Your brave, fearless leader is going to take on the world order. He's going to take on all of society. He's going to lead you to freedom. He's going to help you stand against the government. Please. If you ever get in a fight, you better hope that Jeanette's there or Derek's mom is there, because you're much likely to get help from them than you are from Derek. He would not go up there. And as a result, all of those people had to go home, couldn't see the park, including a couple that came from overseas on their honeymoon, wanting to see Monument Valley, their lifelong dream, couldn't do it because of this man's massive ego. And now back to the video.
Signs, and apparently that we've been told that that we cannot go into the park.
Apparently, we've been told because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you know it right there sitting there.
In fact, they didn't just shut it down for us, but they shut it down for everybody.
And he knows exactly why, but he won't tell you. Joe Biden has more integrity than this guy. Pelosi's got more integrity than this guy. Shifty Schiff's got more integrity than this guy.
People going to the hotel, you name it. So it's been quite the adventure. And as we have people come into the chat room, just let us know that you're here. I'm not quite sure how well this is has been working or whether they can even see us, but I'm sure it's recording. So Rex, if you would just maybe you could tell us a little bit about your experience coming in.
The man, the myth, the legend, Rex Bear, ladies and gentlemen.
Rex Bear.
I have a confession to make. The reason they won't let us in is because I told them that I came here to worship the spaghetti monster. And I praised the spaghetti monster, and I offered them Kool-Aid, and they didn't want any. So I can't figure it out. I said it's organic, it's freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but they said no, thank you. So we're here instead. Praise the spaghetti monster! Hallelujah!
So clearly, we're not a cult. Clearly, we don't have
I
any
have my own
specific
cult.
beliefs because obviously Rex is here to worship the spaghetti monster. So
He's pretty cool. Tithing's only 5%. They dropped it. It used to be 10%.
Discount.
Get a discount.
so great. So for
And
those
spaghetti.
of you just coming into the chat room, as we kind of anticipated that this has been quite the adventure. You're just coming in, so you'll get.
As we kind of anticipated, is that a cloaked confession?
To hear that they have shut down the entire park. Now, this is no small park. It's not like your corner park in your neighborhood, folks. This is a swath of land. I couldn't even number the acreage that is involved here, but they have shut down the park. They have had federal drones flying around the park to, make sure they're probably looking for some guy in a black.
The only drone that I saw was the drone that Derek Bros was illegally flying. The only drone that I saw is the drone that Derek Bros was illegally flying. This is called lying. This is called making shit up. Oh, look what they just said. I love this.
Acreage that is involved here, but they have shut down the park. They have had federal drones flying around the park.
Lie.
Make sure they're probably looking for some guy in a black beanie. That's why I wear my hat.
Do you understand what it takes to have knowingly brought all these people out here, knowing they can't get in? To have brought all of these people out here knowing that they're not going to be able to see what you told them that they're going to be able to see, knowing that they're not going to be able to get in to do what you've told them they're going to be able to do. And they didn't come for free. They paid. All these people have paid to come to this place. And he's acting like he doesn't know why they can't get in when he knows damn good and well why they can't get in. And he has brought these people out here knowing this in order to perpetrate a scene. He wanted it to be a YouTube extravaganza where we would march on the gates and the police would stand up against us. He wanted to be, now I understand why he's an Antifa supporter, open, avowed Antifa supporter, because he wanted Portland up here. He wanted Seattle. He wanted Minneapolis. He planned it to be so. And now he's using my name, my face, my image to promote lies. That's why we're doing this.
So out here that they don't want us going to the park. Now, I don't know what they've told. I've been told what they've told some of the families inside the park. And tomorrow we'll get a chance to find out what that is, because if we're not allowed into the park, first, that's not the only monuments that are within the park. There's a lot of stuff around here. The protected part of the park. Of course, they're protecting it for future generations, but apparently we're not allowed to go there. So
you're not allowed to go there because you didn't file the proper paperwork when you knew 6 months before you were going that you were going. You look like a band of ruffian spies invading their country because That's exactly what you were, but only the head ruffian knew. We didn't know we were spies. Could you imagine being placed into a situation of international intrigue? And by the way, this wound up being listed as a Class 1 terrorist event by the FBI. Thank you, Derek Bros.
What is it that they don't want us to see? And if they don't have any problem with us seeing what's in the park, well, then we will be able to have a discussion with that.
It had nothing to do with what they didn't want you to see. It's what you didn't want to pay, and it's what you didn't want to do. He never meant to get in the park. He meant to he was sent up there as an agent to create a big, huge conflagration. And he knew it. And he knew it. And he says, well, I'm going to go up and talk to them. He refused to go talk to them because he's a coward. He sent a girl. She was a young lady. I shouldn't say girl. It sounds worse when I say girl. They sent a young woman up there, very capable young woman. Then he sent his mommy, and then he sent me, but he never would go. And it could have been worked out very short order, but he wouldn't go. And the lie he tells is that it was too close to the state line. I asked the guard, I told the guard, no, the state line is over 500 yards. Look on Google, put in Monument Valley Guard Shack and see how far it is to the Utah line. Long way. Oh, they're going to shoot me. They're not going to shoot you unless you do something stupid.
We are not a cult. We are not here to worship
That's the second time he said we're not a cult.
any demons. We are not bringing any demons. We do.
I think there might be a few demons under that bonnet.
Not have Kool-Aid with cyanide.
I'm not sure of that either.
So
We're cyanide free, all right?
we are only here what the secrets that the earth holds of our past, of our ancient past. Obviously, the monuments here have an ancient history, and the ancient people here, the peoples here, obviously have some of those things. They've written about these extensively throughout the prophecies. So that's all we're here for. And so we're going to get a chance and an opportunity to talk to them tomorrow.
They gave you a chance and an opportunity, and you sent a young woman. They gave you a chance and an opportunity, and you sent your mommy. They gave you a chance and an opportunity, and you sent me. And yet you want your followers to believe that you're a great, strong, powerful leader. You want them to believe that you're going to lead them against Gog and Magog in the end time. You want them to believe that you're the Archangel Michael and that you're going to lead the forces of righteousness. Bruh, you were messing your drawers over 4 tribal police officers. I doubt you're ready to lead a fight except from the rear. And I won't even make any more comments than that.
Rex will be heading up to Hopi territory, and we'll see whether he's met with some of the same welcoming committee that we've been welcomed with here. But definitely exciting, and everybody here gets to witness this, which is wonderful. So everybody say hello.
And this is why this video is being made, because he's trying to create the narrative that it was a great success, that nobody understands why they wouldn't let us in, that he's completely and totally innocent. And Jeff Daugherty and this other significant person here vouch for him. That's not true. He said he'd take this stuff down, and he lied and hasn't done it. So I have to come on and make the real story known so that my name, my image is not associated or misconstrued as supporting his evil agenda.
Everyone's having a wonderful time. The fellowship here is awesome. Jeff, tell us what your experience has been here so far.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And as I was getting ready to come down here, Rex and I were driving down, I was thinking, is it because we're on these sacred lands that I'm feeling this energy, this frequency, or is it just because we're gathered with so many great people? I don't know which one it is, or if it's a combination, but I did want to say thank you to Melinda for the hat, the scarf, the gloves, and thank you to Steady Eddie for this awesome jacket.
Steady Eddie.
I'm going to make a stunning announcement if I can.
Sure.
Going to make a stunning announcement
This is the best thing that ever happened with Witness in the Desert, Fiasco in the Desert. This is the only positive. Well, not really, but This is you're about to see the highlight of Witness in the Desert. Roll the tape.
With my most trusted advisors, I'm going to announce right now, folks, that we're going back to the Christian whistleblower.
So his new cosmic knowledge is gone, and the Christian whistleblower, which is far more truly is, because blowing the whistle on what religion has done. You know, and part of the reason that we've heard is that we are a religious organization, and you couldn't be more anti-religious than this group, right? We don't have any.
Did you hear that? Derek Bros is anti-religious. And you know what? Derek Bros in 2018 was anti-religious. Derek Bros in 2018 was pointing out that the Bible has many, many flaws. Derek Bros in 2018 was showing why you shouldn't be a Christian. But Derek Bros today is as Christian as they come. He's full-blown 100% Christian. And that's fine. But it's not fine to pretend like you never were what you were and try to say that people that don't support you do support you and use their likeness, use their face, use their image to do so.
Don't have any. I'm not here to start a ruckus or give anybody trouble. Nobody is at risk. There is, but yet this is what they're going to.
It's a bad
Let
feed.
me add something to that too, if I can, real quick,
Yeah,
because I was thinking about it on the way on the way up here. I had no problems. I get here, you invited me out, and then I get to the checkpoint, and it was like going to another country, asking me all sorts. I'm like, hey, look, I got invited to come here. I'm genuinely here to learn and for knowledge, and that's what I'm trying to do anything wrong. I'm just here to have a good time, and they did let me in, and they were respectful. People here are very respectful. I think they were.
Rex has just said everything that I want to say. Rex and I were called there to speak. And let it be known, he paid our way there. His supporters paid our way there. He paid our hotel rooms. His supporters paid our hotel rooms. And Rex and I came in good faith, expecting to have a great time, see the monuments, learn something. He didn't give us one peep that there might be any trouble when he knew there would be, because he hadn't any of the permits. Rex and I get up there, and we both get that same third degree. There are your papers! Your papers! Give us your papers! And that's an insult to Germans. I'm sorry. 25% of my heritage, but it was funny. It's in context. And we're like, what the hell, man? We're just here to talk. We're just here to, we're hired speakers. That's all we are. And Rex also said they were very professional. The law enforcement there, from the beginning till the end, exhibited the heights of professionalism, exhibited the heights of integrity, exhibited the heights of courtesy. You know, tribal police get a bad rap because they're just, you know, they're screwballs and that's the only job they can get. These tribal police were above reproach. Honorable, respectful, full of integrity, full of unbelievable restraint. And if they were not the true professionals they were, this would have ended up in a bloodbath and Derek Bros would have got what he wanted. He tries to impugn and demean these law enforcement individuals as being the bad guys and the bad women. They were the utmost professionals. You don't have to believe me. The other speaker just told you the same thing. There's only one bad guy at Witness in the Desert, and it's the Joker in the hat.
Told something that isn't true. So at the very top level or something, somebody made up some BS story.
They were told something that isn't true. We were told something that wasn't true. They were telling us, look, you never got the paperwork. That's what they told us. And we're like, oh, that can't be true. Derek wouldn't do that. Derek did that. Derek did that. And he sent Rex and I into the fire because he didn't have the courage to do it.
And then they're just protecting their land. You know,
They're just protecting their land.
Go out there and try. I shook everybody for being like, you know, trying to be give them this. We're all in there. I think we have every right to know what's going on.
Rex said we have every right to know what's going on. And this guy right here knew what was going on. And he sits there with that smug look on his face. Think of what that takes in your mind. I'm saying, what the hell? I can't understand it. Rex is saying, oh my God, what happened? And this isn't just on camera. This is the whole night. We're like, Derek, I can't believe it. What's going on? And the whole time, I don't know. They're terrible people. We're so wonderful. What kind of a person does it take to bring not only people that are paying you money, but to bring your trusted supposed friends and colleagues and to know the whole time what's wrong and to sit here and listen to us bewildered and not open his mouth?
Bleed red, do we not? So we're in this together. Let's grow together. Why do we have to say, oh, because of your political belief, you can't learn about this? What does that matter?
Well, Rex, it's
Rex,
because
let me
they
say,
love us.
we come in peace.
Yeah, we come in peace.
That fat guy's funny. Fat guys are usually jolly, though.
Now, keep in mind that nobody was supposed to show up until tomorrow, so bad on all of you. That was awesome. So we got here. There was already a lot of them. It's a wonderful place, and we had to quickly arrange for a different location. Incredible group of people here. Now, I'm going to be talking with the people here that own the campgrounds, and they have some of the things that the Navajo people have gone through, some of the things and challenges that they've been facing. And so we're going to be talking to them also. There are park itself that unfortunately, that as a result of not us being here and help them, that they're out the benefits that we were bringing to help them work on their property, bringing them food, those components. So we came to help that family. They don't get that assistance now that they've prevented us from utilizing that. But of course, we're all going to help them anyway, regardless of what they think. So
I lied and I cheated and I stole. They won't let me in the park. They're the bad guys, but me, the liar, the cheater, and the thief, I'm still a good guy. This is why this video is still on his channel, and this is why this video is being made.
Because we love the family. They're wonderful. They still are. They're very upset that we don't on their property. So we're going to have a good time. We're still going to look. What I've always said this was about is fellowship. And the reason why it was called Witness in the Desert is because I believe that we would witness something just like this.
It was called Witness in the Desert because I believed that we would witness something just like this. Let me translate that. He knew that we would experience something just like this because he set it up for us to experience something just like this. And it'd been a little different if he'd have told us and we bought in. There's 200 people paying the money. They didn't know. They didn't buy in. The two of us, the other speakers, we didn't know it. We didn't buy in. He's the only one that knew, and he wasn't telling anybody. And he set us all up for a shitty time.
The entire park could be shut down because of something. I don't know what it is, but none of them have.
Can I replay that? Because this is Derek Bros once again on camera, lying through his teeth. Like the time, and remember the video I got? It's on my channel. Look up Witness in the Desert on my channel. He's sitting in front of a picture on the phone with the same guy in the middle saying, oh yeah, I took this picture when we were there. And somebody says, Jeff, in the chat room, this is the same exact picture is from a place about 300 miles away, and it was taken 8 years ago. He looks in the camera and lies. That video he took down. Listen to this next line. Remember, he knows exactly why.
About is fellowship. And the reason why it was called Witness in the Desert is because I believe that we would witness something just like this, that an entire park could be shut down because of something. I don't know what it is, but
he doesn't know what it is. He knows what it is. He looks right in the camera and he tells you, I don't know what it is. He knows exactly what it is. He didn't fill out the paperwork. He didn't fill out the forms. Diamond from Oppenheimer Ranch told me at breakfast the next morning, he knew exactly what he had to do. Diamond was in that business too, setting up meetings and stuff for the Democrat Party. I think for President Obama. He says Derek knew what he was supposed to do. Derek knew what the requirements were. He just didn't do them. It's his fault.
None of them have had a conversation as to what this something is with us yet. So
because he never even called them. And he refused to go talk to them. They were bending over backwards to have a conversation with him. And all he could do was send a young woman and his mommy and me. Sounds like a sitcom. Derek, mommy, and me.
that's going to be my goal, is to have that conversation.
They offered you that conversation. You refused. Another lie. A goal means something you want to do. They offered to have the conversation with him. He wouldn't do it. Sent a girl, sent his mommy, sent me. And I believe that if he'd have gone up there, they could have smoothed it all out. It would have been no problem. But he would have had to admit, okay, I didn't fill out the paperwork. Let me fill it out right now. He would have had to admit that to me standing there. Oh, Derek, you didn't fill out the paperwork? What the hell? If he had filled it out then, because they would have had to have it. It's a law. He cared more about having his lies exposed than he cared about the lives of the people there. Derek Bro's lies are more important to him than your lives. Keep that in mind as you make your future decisions.
And obviously, it's a polite, respectful conversation. I respect people for doing their jobs. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
They have no reason to be forgiven. You're the one that does know what you do and did and didn't.
Right, that's the saying. So I'm always going to understand that. I don't frown upon them, and I don't want to put anything over their heads. So
do you know how many times he has demeaned the name of the Hopi Nation, the Navajo Nation, the officials at the park? Watch his videos. He does nothing but talk them down. Another lie.
We'll have a respectful conversation and see where we get. But I can tell you, we're going to be bringing more of this. And we do have the big screen up here. We do have the ability to watch the Matrix, and we are going to review the Matrix with everyone here and go through that.
Never happened.
Of course, a couple days. So we're going to have, and this is about being around people that are of like mind. I mean, Rex, I can't really say that he's like my.
I don't know where I'm at.
Rex is the anomaly. Rex is Neo. If you didn't know that.
So Rex is going to Hopi Land. Where are you and I going to go?
So we're going to go. I've been talking.
Almost hell. Or almost to the next stop, because we got ran out with guns pointed at us because of the monumental ego of this guy.
Folks here, there's monuments that are not within the park that have some pretty amazing things that I've been told, and there are some caves that.
Do you notice that he didn't even have an answer? Because he didn't even think about where we were going to go, because he knew we weren't going to go anywhere. We're just moments away from him trying to talk this gentleman and me. We're gonna storm the gates, he said. We're gonna storm the gates. They won't let us in. We're gonna storm the gates. We're gonna make this a YouTube extravaganza. And we looked at each other and said, no, we're not gonna storm the gates. It was just the three of us. No, we're not storming no gates. But Mr. Hero didn't go to the people and say, Jeff and this guy won't do it, but let's storm the gates. Because no, the first question would be, well, why won't these guys go? Not only is he a coward, he doesn't even have any confidence in his own ability to rally his own people.
We're actually quite a bit deeper and more interesting than these here. So we're going to be finding, there is so much around here. As you drove in, were you like, what in the world?
Yeah.
In other words, I don't know what the hell we're going to do, because I'm fixing to try to precipitate a riot. I'm trying to put myself in the record books along the name of David Koresh. That's what the bottom line is.
These monuments around this area.
And he did flee this place talking live on air with John from the Best Damn Podcast. And I do owe him a public apology. I was a little hot, and I called him John from the Worst Damn Podcast. That was unfair. His podcast is called The Best Damn Podcast. Whether you think it is or is not, John's trying his best. He's not sitting on the sidelines. He's in the arena. I apologize, and I give him the due respect of a person trying to do his best and trying to make a difference. Do I think he's on the right track? That's not relevant. Do I think it is the best damn podcast? That's not relevant. But it was wrong for me to call it the worst damn podcast because that's just silly and it was childish, and I apologize.
Are unbelievable. And so there is so much to see. You couldn't isolate it. However, I'm sure that this portion over here is protected, for a reason. And it's not because they're prettier than these monuments over here. They all look just as pretty. But so we're going to find out these things. Look, we are truth seekers. We want to know what the secrets that this earth holds, and so we're looking to find those. And that's
that I've found over my life that the best way to seek the truth is to tell the truth. Maybe that's Derek's problem. He can't seem to get that first part right.
Simple as it gets. And so we're going to do that, and we'll go out tomorrow. I'll go out with Jeff, and I'm going to have to. It'll be a little bit of slow charge. I got to wait for Jeff. He's a little slow, but no, everybody's great. Jeff and I had a great time driving.
Everybody wants to laugh at the fat guy. It's real funny to laugh at the fat guy. But you know what? I can lose weight, and I am. Yeah, I'm the fat guy. Laugh it up. But I can lose weight, and I am. I'm on day 13 of a great fast. I'm losing weight. I'm a fat guy. I can lose weight. And I'm going to be a little boyish right here, okay? I'm going to be I'm not going to be, a real professional. Go ahead and laugh at me because I'm fat, but I'm losing weight. Well, you're bald and you ain't growing no more hair. What? Okay, sorry. Let's get back into the real world.
Up here today, we spent, 4.5 hours in the car.
Seemed like 6 with the chill factor.
Seemed like 6 with the chill factor. Yeah, Jeff was a little cold on the way up.
No, that's you, bitch. And the fact that I got lied to. We're driving. Everything's cool. We go to Costco, Sam's Club or something. We're driving. I'm eating some stuff. Obviously, fat guy. I'm probably eating some cookies and some Snickers and, maybe pounding some, I don't know, probably ate like a half a side of beef or something on the way up there. And then all of a sudden he pulls over and says, I need you to drive. Bro, can't you see I got a freaking hot dog here? How am I going to drive and eat this hot dog? How's a fat man going to drive with hot dogs and a big gulp? Well, I need you to drive. I go, here, we'll hold my shit. Take these Twinkies too. I don't want to crush them. And I drive. Then he says, okay, get out. I'll drive again. I'm like, what the hell? Come to find out that he's a convicted felon. I knew that. But he was still on probation. I knew that. Or is it parole or probation? Whatever it is, and let your ass out of jail. I think it's probation. Or is it parole? I think it's parole. It's parole. And we had to go through Utah for like 10 minutes. But he can't tell me, hey, look, because I'd have probably done it. Been like Mission Impossible, kind of little excitement. And I had so much caffeine and sugar in me from the Twinkies that I would have done it. But he didn't have the decency to tell me, hey, I'm going to put you at risk and have you transport a fugitive across state lines. No, he just said, oh, no, I'm okay. I'm like, that's weird as shit.
And,
You sit in the back of the truck or what? No,
he was in the van. And thank you for the contribution to the van, Ed. I love you. It's been wonderful. It's great. I'm sorry about that massive dent in the side. I'm just kidding.
It'll be all right.
Oops. We're going to try to do this more often as we get this. We check back in with you at night. And obviously, as a result of the outings that we take, we'll bring that video, and that'll be video that'll be uploaded to the respective channels of who is getting that. And so this is really, and we're still waiting. Diamond is coming, right?
Diamond's, I thought he had been here by now, so.
Okay, so Diamond is en route or somewhere close by. Maybe he's up there being held up.
He might be held up right now. Yeah.
It's a big joke. Everybody's getting held up and hassled. And it's a big, funny joke to this guy. Again, I ask you, what kind of a mind does it take? What kind of a mind does that take? What level of consciousness does that take?
So,
He didn't bring his green card, man.
Yeah. So we're going.
They asked if we had our paper.
No,
Where's
no
your
papers. Yeah, where's your papers? Yeah, where's your papers for being here into a?
How dare you come to a tribal park?
Yeah, how dare
and
you
look
come to
at
a tribal
monuments
park?
and pay to get in? Oh my
It's
God.
not time.
So,
You paid for a hotel room too? Unbelievable.
so what are you hoping to find tomorrow, Rex?
Okay, so the question isn't what am I hoping to find? The question is what am I hoping not to find? I don't want to find any more of the. But other than that,
I think he said he didn't want to find any more of the police, but Rex found what I found. Rex left the hotel packing up his tidy whities. I don't know if he wears them, just like I was, while a guy with an M16 or whatever they're carrying, a SWAT member, stood by and watched us. After this guy had fled, I'm at lunch. He drove me here. You heard him just say he drove me here. I go to lunch. They throw him out. This is the next day. And he takes off, doesn't send old Jeff a text, doesn't give old Jeff a call. He just runs like hell because he's scared and he's a coward, and he leaves me behind. Thankfully, two of the nicest people I've ever met rescued me. We went to the Grand Canyon, went to Sedona, had a great time. Again, your fearless leader. Make sure you keep him in sight, or he will leave you behind. That's why he's a Christian. He loves that movie, Left Behind. We made a movie there too called Left Behind, starring Jeff as Left Behind.
you gotta love them. You gotta love the stormtroopers. But I'm hoping to find some incredible petroglyphs that'll confirm a lot of this. Done recently on giants, on six-fingered beings, on the ant beings. Maybe we can find some caverns or some catacombs or something like that. But anything that we're not shown on the main search engine, I would love to find, so that then people can look it up and find it on the main search engine.
Well, you'll definitely find that.
Hello.
Yeah, you're definitely going to find that. All right. So what do you hope to find, Jeff? I mean, anything? I kind of like your expectations comment.
Yeah, we were talking last night about zero expectations and zero limitations. And I'm definitely carrying that attitude in. But really, and I'm not trying to, even though we are going back to the Christian whistleblower, I'm not trying to wax spiritual. Straight up, I'm really looking to find maybe something more inside me. By being out here in this holy area.
I was going to use a joke, but I won't.
All these people, and
I won't do it.
yeah, I want to find something inside me.
I want to do it, but I won't. I won't.
Best answer yet.
Nice.
And
Well,
you
there's
know,
not a lot
I
of
think-
competition.
No, but you know,
Yeah, I didn't realize how much he was busting on me.
I want to find something inside me.
best answer yet.
Jeff's best answer yet.
Nice.
And
Well,
you
there's
know,
not a lot
I
of
think-
competition.
No,
Boom.
but you know, that's the thing is, I get an opportunity to meet folks here. I just had
2
to tell
minutes.
you, what an
Oh yeah.
the love, the family. It's just
It's
you know,
not time. I will tell you when it's time for calls.
It's such a
Hardly
peaceful-
any nudity. Hardly any.
Yeah, well,
There is a colony down this.
and yeah,
They're
it's
all
a good
naked
thing.
over
It's
there.
Exactly.
However, there was copious amounts of alcohol. There was firearms that I saw with my own eyes, both of which were against the law. And of course, there was Derek flying a drone unauthorized.
So sorry for the lighting here. We'll make sure lit better on the next round. We had to do this, like I said, guerrilla setup, setting up the satellite dish, getting everything, because everything. Kudos to everybody that has volunteered. What an amazing group. People restructuring things, going to get people. I think we have this walkie-talkie system. It's been amazing. Going actually quite circumstances.
The world we live in, the people cutting you off and giving you the finger, and the world we live in day to day. Nice to come out here and realize there's still a hell of a lot of really good people left in this world.
Especially when you come here and you get to meet everybody. And,
Yep.
and just to let you know, everybody, so where's everybody come from? Just
Shout it out.
Listen to this, folks. Where did everybody come from to be left out in the cold when I knew all this was going to happen before you came and I wouldn't tell you?
England, Connecticut.
Hawaii, England, Connecticut. What kind of a person knows that he hasn't done right and knows that these poor people coming from all of these places are going to be SOL? If you don't know what that means shit out of luck. And he doesn't tell them. He knew and he wouldn't tell them. What kind of a mind does it take? What kind of a mind does it take?
Canada,
Canada.
Florida.
Florida. We're in Arizona. Think about that. I get the emails and the messages from these poor people. Jeff, we came this far. We spent all of our money. What happened? Derek Bros happened.
World to join here in the middle of the desert in freezing cold. It's not warm here, folks, and it's getting colder as we speak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we're not in behind us.
Yeah.
So, but an incredible group of people. I think everybody's spirits keeping everyone warm.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll do this again tomorrow, and we'll be a little bit better prepared for you. But we wanted to just come give you an update and tell you exactly what we're already witnessing before this has even begun. So we love you very much.
If he loved you very much, he wouldn't put you at risk and at danger. If he loved you very much, he wouldn't do what he did. He doesn't love you very much.
Be the change you want to see.
And we are the last generation of real humans. Let's get busy.
Let's get busy.
We come in peace.
At least 2 out of 3 of us are real humans. All right. Again, the reason that this video is being made is because in violation of our personal agreement, this video is still, it's not time yet. Let me finish. This video is still on his channel, or it was as of yesterday. I didn't check it today. In violation of a gentleman's agreement. And it's still being used to indicate and to use my face, my image, my person, and my reputation to lend credibility to his revised historical account. That's why this video was made. And there's another bit of lore that goes around is that, well, Jeff, you should be more grateful because Derek built your channel. Let's just clear that up, okay? Let's just clear that up. And I'll admit, the reason I was in the desert is because I was chasing subscribers. I wanted subscribers. And I've admitted that's a personal failure. And now we of course, we like subscribers. We want more subscribers. But really what we want is viewers. We want viewers, not subscribers. But the lore is that, oh, Derek built Jeff's channel. Now, I don't know the numbers exactly, but I'm going to make a pretty close approximation. I think when I met Derek, I had around maybe 14,000 subscribers, something in that area, about 14,000 subscribers. And through my affiliation with Derek, I got up to about, I think, 21,000 subscribers. Very significant, no doubt about it. And when I made my break from Derek based upon this, every one of them left. Every one of them left. Now, there's maybe 1 or 2 that saw the writing on the wall and didn't leave. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe 5 or 10. And for those of you, I thank you very much. But I lost all of those subscribers. And guess what? I lost a few more because they probably thought correctly, if Jeff is dumb enough to get involved in that, I don't have any time for him. So this lore that he built my channel, so I was really at a net loss after my affiliation with Derek Bros. I was at a net loss after my affiliation with Derek Bros. Let me just make sure I got all of the, there was no secret coin or amulet. Am I doing it for subscribers? Derek built your channel. We're talking about that right now. He did not build my channel. And I will say this without fear of contradiction. And one of our great moderators made this point to me last night. And this is a person that does their numbers, makes a list, checks it twice, that the Global Witness channel and Derek Bros has greatly far benefited from people coming to him through my influence, and continues to maintain that, than for me to have benefited via his influence. And that's just a little old thing we like to call the truth. So let's go ahead and just put that lore, that lie, to rest once and for all. Derek has said he did nothing wrong. He did everything wrong. He didn't even, and I've talked with the people in Monument Valley. He didn't submit. He didn't apply. He was contacted many times and told, don't come, we won't let you in. So he did do things wrong. Why was the Witness in the Desert group persecuted? It wasn't. They were being asked to follow the rules like everybody else. And Derek refused to do so. Derek acted with great bravery there. Well, if you consider sending a young woman and your mommy and then the fat guy that you like to make fun of. See, fat guys are jolly now. I'm getting down to fighting when I'm not so jolly anymore. If that's bravery, if lying to people and not telling them the truth is bravery, well, then I guess he acted brave. Law enforcement violated the rights of all in attendance. I'm telling you, folks, if it wasn't for the restraint and professionalism and integrity of the law enforcement agencies there, and it ended up being Utah law, it ended up being Arizona law and tribal law, tremendous, powerful individuals. And if it wasn't for them, it would have ended very, very badly. They did not violate anybody's rights. They went out of their way, even as the other presenter said, to be very, very courteous to us. The police were to blame for everything. No, they weren't. They were not to be blamed for anything. All they were doing was protecting their lands. What else did I have on here? Why did you turn your back on Derek? Derek's the one that left Jeff. He left me. I'm at lunch having a bite. Derek's gone. No text until hours later. No phone call. Derek didn't give a damn about Jeff. Derek was worried about Derek. Why are you so angry about Witness in the Desert? Do I really have to ask that? Answer that? It's clear why I'm angry about Witness in the Desert. Am I angry because I was put out? Yeah, a little bit, but I got to be honest with you. I love adventure. I love high intrigue. So it really didn't bother me. It drives Cynthia crazy, but I like it. So I'm not really angry for me. I've been lied to before. I've been cheated on before. I've been stolen from before. I've been used and abused before. It's not the first time. I'm angry because he continues, in spite of his promises, to use my image to try to craft a new historical revisionist agenda of what happened at Witness in the Desert. It wasn't a success. He wasn't persecuted. It was not law enforcement's fault. It was Derek's fault for not doing the right thing, and all they did was do the right thing, and he screwed a bunch of people. Why do you have to continue to talk about Derek Bros and Global Witness? I thought it was over. Email Derek and ask him why he still has the videos on his channel that he promised to take down. Why is he still using Jeff? If you watched that video, you would think I was all in support of it, wouldn't you? That's why I had to make this video. If you watched the last video, you'd think I was all in support of it, wouldn't you? That's why I had to make this video. That's why I continue to talk about this, but hopefully it'll be the very last word, and we'll open up the phones here in a second. And if you have a last word, I'm like the preacher at the wedding again. If anyone here has reason why, blah, 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 speak now or forever hold your peace. Jeff, Why can't you just let it go? Again, I'm a nice guy, but our great president wrote in his great book, Art of the Deal, which I have a signed copy of. Got a great chance to meet Donald Trump before he was president. And our great president says, if someone attacks you, you can't let it go. You have to fight back. And you have to fight back twice as hard. And I have invited Derek Bros to debate me or just to discuss with me live. And Derek Bros refused to do so. But Derek Bros did write me and say, I want to fight you. Let's have a fight. That's why. The idea of this is to clear up the lies and misrepresentations that Derek Bros, the global witness, continues to use my name, my likeness, and my image to promote in spite of his promises to discontinue. I am a man of peace, and I am here to set the record straight so that all can have accurate data upon which to base their conclusions. Let the facts be known, and they are now known. This show will include a live call-in at the end. The facts are now known. When people Google Witness in the Desert live, they'll find his video. They'll find his presentation, and they will find this video. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. But you deserve all of the facts. And now you've got them. And with that, I think I've got this worked out to where it will work through the computer. If you can't hear the people talking through the computer, give me a heads up and I'll try to get it fixed. I think it'll work through the computer this time. And if not, I'll turn up the video. And just like our last call-in show, which was amazing. You people are amazing. We have an hour-and-a-half call-in show, and literally one call after another. I didn't even have time to take a drink. And just between you and me, there's no way our great 46,000, almost 600 subscribers could support that. Coast to Coast AM has a hard time getting 45 minutes of steady phone calls like we had on last night. Now, I don't have a lot of time. It's not time yet. Hold on. I don't have a lot of time, but I have to be on another show at 9:30. We can spend at least a half an hour taking calls on this. If you don't want to listen to the calls, if you're tired of the drama, believe me, I understand it. Thank you for being here with us. But with that, we will go ahead, and I've intentionally haven't looked at the chat because I didn't want to be distracted. We will open up the calls, and now you can call, and all I ask is that you be respectful. Be courteous. That's the only requirement. Agree, disagree, have a question, have an answer. If you have the balls, make the calls. The lines are now open, and the number is 813. Oh, that would help, wouldn't it? The number is, let me put that in the chat. Here's the number, ladies and gentlemen, and don't call that any other time because it won't get answered. 813-534. Whoops, let me give you a little space here. 813-534-0083. That is the call-in number. And the lines are now open for those who can speak with courtesy and respect. Let her rip. Let her rip. I'll go into the chat now as we wait for some phone calls to come in. And if they don't come in a few minutes, which I can certainly understand, I think we've all had enough of this. But now the record's clear. He wanted this to go nationwide CNN. I agree that. He gathered a crowd and said, people with machine guns are coming. Ooh, remember that shit. All right, so here we go. 517 area code. You're on with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Yes. Hello. This is Chinese buffet calling.
Chinese buffet?
Last time you come in, you eat way too much.
Yeah, give me two. I want two. Give me two more. I want more. We need more chicken. More chicken. You need more chicken on your buffet.
I
More chicken on your buffet. Give me more chicken. That's a troll, folks. I wouldn't treat a real Asian person that way. That's a troll. Reminds me of a funny story, though. I have a buddy named Tony Esposito, one of the funniest stand-up comics ever, and you can still call in. 530 area code. You're on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Well, hello. How are you doing? Hey, I wanted to ask you one question.
Please.
When I saw in the video, and you said you were having a fantastic time.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever challenge him about it while you were there?
Did I ever what?
Did you ever challenge him about what was going on while you were there?
Very fair question. Very fair question. And both me and the other presenter said, hey, man, why won't they let us in? What's going on? I thought it was all set up. But he told us, oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. He pleaded, I don't know. So, yes, we did ask. We didn't challenge because at that time, we didn't know that he hadn't done what he was supposed to do. Diamond told us, well, he hadn't done it, but we didn't know for sure. So we asked, but we did not challenge. That's a very fair question.
Well, yeah, okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Well, thank you for being courteous. Thank you for being respectful. No, I did not challenge. I only asked. Should I have challenged? Maybe.
I'll bet you wish now that you would have called bullshit, huh?
I better late than never. Can I get a little credit for that?
I do. Absolutely. I've been waiting to hear this story for a while. So
well, thanks for the
I'm
call.
really glad that you came out. Thanks. All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. Yeah, we should have challenged a little bit more. But again, I made the mistake of not having a way out. As far as I knew, until I met these great people, which I'm still great friends with today, until I met them, I didn't have a way out. And I'm in the border of Utah and Arizona, way, way far from the border of Utah, probably half a mile at least. And I don't know if I can get out. My only ride is Derek Bros. It gets a little hard to challenge. You are on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Jeffrey.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I am doing well. You don't have to call me sir.
I'm really surprised that I got through to you.
Well, I'm glad you did. What's your question?
Well, my question is that I'm not sure how Mr. Bros can pass off any kind of blame on you when he was the heir apparent to the lies and the fiasco in the desert, and say it with a straight face.
That's very, very troubling. I can't answer for Mr. Bros, but it is very, very troubling. I share that with you. And to be totally frank, I don't think that he's ever blamed me for anything other than saying bad stuff about him. I don't think he ever said the fiasco in the desert was Jeff's fault. So just to be clear on that, but he certainly never stood up and told the truth about it, and still hasn't told the truth about it.
Well, and I think that is all that you would actually like, is for him to acknowledge that he's the one that is the root cause of that, and be a man and stand up for it.
And we've had personal conversations to that accord, and he never would. And you're right. If that would have happened, this would have never happened. Anything else you'd like to ask me, or any other quick statements you'd like to make?
No, I just think that you do a great job, and you really do bring a lot of enlightenment in a lot of different areas, and we all appreciate the work that you put in.
Well, you're too kind. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.
You too.
And folks, please don't make. We're opening up the phone lines not for you to make a speech, but for you to ask a question. And like last night, in the chat room is not the place to put your debates. And moderators, please, if people are trying to put their questions and debates about this in the chat room, immediately remove them. You have to make the calls. You have to have some balls to make the calls if you want to ask the questions. You are on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Hey, Jeff, it's Brandon. How are you?
Is this Brandon H from the chat room?
You got it.
Brother, so good to see you. I mean, if you are a subscriber when you call in, tell us your handle name in the chat room, because it thrills my soul to hear you folks call in. Brandon, we love the hell out of you. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you for having this call in. It's really nice. I wanted to comment on about a third of the way through the video that you showed here tonight. You brought up your departure from New Cosmic Knowledge back to the Christian Whistleblower. What was that departure like as far as the coverages that you were doing in videos? Are you talking about like when you were diving into the Nag Hammadi stuff and also like the Emerald Tablets?
No, I'll answer that. Do you have another question that you want to answer? Because I'll hang up and answer that one too. Is there any other question or statement that you want to make?
No, just he showed up in the chat and I was hoping that he would call in.
Well, you know, like I said, we're not going to accept people in the chat. You know, showing up in the chat's kind of like sending the young woman up to talk to the police, kind of like sending your mommy up to talk to the police, kind of like sending me up to talk to the police. If you have the balls, make the calls like Brandon does. Brandon, I thank you so much, and I'll let you go and I'll answer that question for you.
Thank you, Jeff.
The reason why I made the change from the Christian Whistleblower to New Cosmic Knowledge, and Cynthia knows this story, is because the person I was dating at the time had a father to her son or to her daughter that was putting great pressure upon her because of me being called the Christian Whistleblower. He's a very devout Christian. I think he still is to this day. So as a olive branch to him and to try to keep that situation together, I went to New Cosmic Knowledge. I didn't really change my... Is there anything I need to know, sweetheart?
Derek was in the chat.
Right, but if you have to have the balls to make the calls. I didn't change my my teachings any. I just changed the name, and I quit doing paranormal because he didn't want, you know, the ghost thing around his child. I can understand that. He's turned out to be a good friend of mine. He's a very honorable man, but it didn't really change my teachings. And the Nag Hammadi and stuff, I've studied my way out of that, found out that it's a forgery and is all part of the Christian fear and guilt control matrix. Brandon, thanks for calling in. Let me get a quick drink before we answer this call. From the 530 area code, you're on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Again, I called already once, but I didn't introduce myself. It's stormy weather.
It's who? I'm sorry?
It's stormy weather.
Oh, hi, Stormy. Nice to hear you. We Cynthia and I met you in at Rex. I call it RexCon, but it's really LeakCon.
Yeah.
Very nice to
Yeah,
talk with you, Stormy. Nice to hear from you again. What question do you have this time?
Actually, I was going to ask you if you got my email a couple of nights ago where I asked you what happened between you and Derek.
I did not get your email. Do you want me to answer that now? I mean, I got it probably, but I get, Stormy, I know it sounds like an excuse, but I probably get between at least 500 emails a day.
Well, this is how synchronistic my life is, because I sent you that email asking you exactly what happened between you and Derek because you put the first video up, and then the next day, I'm sorry, I asked you that question, and then the next day you came out and told everybody about this. So I was like, wow, that was pretty interesting.
Well, then, Stormy, I will blame you then for this. Okay.
Okay.
I'll answer that question. Basically what happened between Derek and I, and stay on the phone if you can, so that way nobody else will call in because I only have the one line. What happened between me and Derek was this. I got back home, and to be frank with you, Cynthia and I were already talking about it doesn't feel right. Something's weird. I know that sounds 2020 vision, but in hindsight, but before I even went, I'm like, I don't know if I should go. I called up Cynthia. Should I go? I don't know. Should I go? I decided to go. I wish I hadn't. And then when I found out everything, all of the truth about it, that's when obviously I cut ties with Mr. Bros.
Right. Well, I was going to attend. I was going to actually drive my RV down there.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Happened, and I didn't go. So I was really happy to see that, what happened. I was like, wow, I'm glad I didn't go to that.
Well, Stormy, I'm glad you didn't either. And thanks for being such a great supporter. We appreciate seeing you, and I hope that we'll hear from you again.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, you know what? I was going to tell you something that I was thinking of the other day. I thought I have known a lot of Christians, and I've blown a lot of whistles. You're my first Christian whistleblower.
All righty then. Hey-oh. Thank you, Stormy. Have a great night. Oh, boy. Stormy weather, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to follow that. Does anybody even want to try? She's a great subscriber. She's always in the channel. I'll remind you that Steady Eddie says that when I was at lunch, Derek gathered the crowd and said, people with machine guns are coming. And I think that was the cue to leave. Looks like the 831 area code. You're on with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Hello.
Hi there.
This is Joel Roberts calling from the T1 Animal Shelter. How are you doing today?
Joe.
Great.
You have the wrong number. I wanted to play with him, but the poor guy's doing his job. The dog you gave me, the poor guy's doing his job. Let's see. I remember him talking about something they didn't want us to see. Film crew involved. Boeing was supposedly, I think that was all bullshit. Eddie's getting triggered. You don't take a bus of kids to the zoo without calling the zoo to get passes first. Very appropriate. Very appropriate. He knows he's leading people astray, says I am's. Steady Eddie brought me a great jacket that you saw me wearing. Let's see. Maybe he didn't want to pay the park fees. That's as good an explanation as any, I guess. I think he was trying to precipitate a real conflagration. Why would the tribal police use such force when they knew you were coming? Well, Elvis, think about it. Here's 200 people. You know there's some arms involved. You know that there's this guy saying that they're going to get into that park no matter what. The police used, in my opinion, minimum force. Minimum force. Nobody got arrested. Not one law enforcement official put their hand on anybody. So I think one of them put their hand on my shoulder. Let's work this out. They used minimum force. Minimum force. We don't have much time left, but we'll take a couple more calls. From the 713 area code, you're on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's John. I want to ask you something. Sorry, hang on a second.
No problem.
Shut up! I'm on the phone!
I don't think that... okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for holding on. I want to know... Sorry, hold on. I said shut up!
I don't think the dog knows English.
Hey, sorry. You still there?
I am.
I know, it's nuts. Listen, I wanted to...
I think we've been punked. The cat. Nice touch, but a little unbelievable. None of this would have happened if I and the other guy had made the plans. That's true. That's true. We didn't see Elvis, you give me too much credit. I didn't see the red flags. I did see the red flags, but I painted them green. It was my own fault. From the 954 area code, you're on the air with Jeffrey Daugherty.
Hi, Jeffrey. This is Karen from Miami. How are you?
I'm doing great, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. I'm calling because I wanted to find out if you were ever going to have another extravaganza of enlightenment.
Karen, we will. Of course, we have to wait for this dosum whisk to go away. I think after November 4th, or after November 3rd, when President Trump is reelected, and I think by the springtime, I'm thinking maybe next summer to fall, where it's very beautiful in this part of the area. Cynthia and I have already been talking about it. So we want to, and I would tell you what we want to do, but I don't want somebody else to steal the idea. Oh, I'll stay anyway, because this idea needs to be stolen. We have all these conferences, Karen, but it's all the same people talk about all the same things, all on the same side. I'd like to really have a pro and con friends. Bring a speaker in that believes the earth is flat. Bring a speaker in that believes the earth is round. Bring a speaker in that believes the Bible's true. Bring one in that believes it's not true. One that believes there's aliens, one that believes there's not aliens, and have an open discussion of speakers giving their points, and then the audience discussing, and let us learn from each other and refine our arguments. How does that sound?
It sounds like a panel of enlightenment.
A
And I'll be
panel of
there, for
enlightenment.
sure.
Karen, we appreciate you so much. Any other questions or comments?
Will you be making carrot dogs?
No. You will never see the
Darn.
carrot dog again. I liked him, but I think you and I are the only ones.
I loved him. Well, thanks a lot, Jeffrey. Keep doing what you're doing.
Karen, I appreciate you so much, and thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. We'll take a couple more calls. I need to be out here by 8:15. Let's see. Jeff, you weren't flat, you were fluffy. Yeah, that's what I was telling myself. What else we got here? Just trying to tag. I predict Jeff will get a new phone soon. Probably. Let's see what else is going on here. Jeff, I hope you and the other person shot him I didn't shoot anybody a text. Soy boy leaving you like that. That's the way I feel about it. That's a very dangerous guy, says Jay. That was Mandy saying the soy boy. CP says, Jeff, I'm glad you took the time to post this. Thank you, CP. Francois, I dare to say it. His eyes tell all. There's a new conspiracy theory, and I think it's true. My investigations tell me it's very true. What does it matter? Well, it matters because it goes to vanity. Look, if you want to, if you can't sleep at night, and I hate to tell you to look at his videos, but if you can't sleep at night, if you look at his videos and you look at his top eyelid, you're going to see a curious thing. It's the guyliner prophet. That's all I'll say. The guyliner prophet. I think Beanie thought he would mentor Jeff. Oh, yes, Tracy. He openly said that. Let's see. It might be that chick that thinks I ghosted her. Oh, we had a call-in show last night. Some chick called in. We were having such a great date, and I thought we really connected, and then you ghosted me. I should have played with her again, but, you know, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. The dog and cat troll job, that was creative. That was creative. I got to give that troll high marks for that. I was bummed to pass on the trip to Arizona. Glad you didn't come, Gary. I mean that in the nicest possible way. I need that in the nicest possible way. Let's see. It doesn't need to try to defend himself if he didn't do what he did do. So why is he calling? He didn't call. Somebody said he was in the chat room. Nope, can't do a chat room. Jeff's a straight up person. I try to be. Witless in the desert, says Gary. That's funny. I would be pissed if he left me in the desert. Well, he did, but he didn't, because I had a great, continue to be great friends to this day, taking me out. Sovereign tribes must abide by federal law, and they did, Audacity. They were great. Let's see. What else we got here? Mandy says, Mark Twain said, don't ever get in a fight with an idiot, because they'll pull you down to their level and beat you with experience. Jeff, maybe he uses you know why he uses my image, because I do have some, we have a great platform. And this will be the last call. 256 area code, it looks like. You're on the air with Jeffrey Doherty.
Hey, Jeff, love your show. I just wanted to ask, what did the people pay all that money for?
That is the great question. They paid all that money for nothing. They got there and they had to literally, as soon as they unpacked their stuff, pack it back up and get the hell out at the point, the business end of a machine gun. There were no refunds. As far as I could hear, no apologies even. And that's the real tragedy of this, is that people spent hard-earned money, probably took time off jobs, costing themselves money. All of this because Derek Bros wouldn't tell us that, hey, look, I didn't send in the paperwork. We might not be able to get in. Do you think those people still would have come if they'd have known that there was a good chance they weren't going to get into the park?
No. Well, I'm glad you answered my question. I love your show.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you for calling.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to shut that down. We're done with the call-in portion. Maybe I'll leave one more call. One more person who wants to call in, you can call in, but I'm done with the calls. I think we got another great show coming up. The jacket is a lovely jacket. I still wear it. I should have put it on tonight. I didn't think about it. Folks, we do appreciate you so much. You're a great audience, and I think I am going to go ahead and close the chat now. The chat is officially closed. Obviously, call-ins are a great for us. It allows you to be part of the show. I think it's more engaging. I will continue to do more and more call-ins on a regular basis. I love doing it. I like being, put on the spot. I like making myself available to you. And can we just say in conclusion that Jeff has done all he could do to offer Mr. Bros the chance to speak on this and tell us why he did what he did and didn't do what he didn't do. We offer him the chance on a wide open phone line, and he doesn't do it. It's much like the opportunity to come and talk with the police. I'm surprised that I didn't hear a phone call from Jeanette or a phone call from his mommy, but what we didn't hear was a phone call from Derek. I hope that you'll join us on Rose 777's channel later on tonight. I think it's 9:30 Central Time, so I got a little bit of a time to sit and relax. I love doing this. I'm renewed with vigor. I don't know if it's the 13 days of fasting and the ketones that I'm on, but I really think it's interacting with you. You're the reason why I do what I do, interacting with you on a deeper level. It's fantastic. I think the best days are yet to come for this channel, and the best days are yet to come for this country. You're the last generation of real Americans. Go vote on November 3rd. Give us 4 more years to change this world. Give us 4 more years of the fake media. Give us 4 more years of crazy Nancy. Give us 4 more years of Shifty Schiff. Give us 4 more years of Sleepy Joe. Give us 4 more years of our great president, and it will initiate the greatest American century. We've had some great ones, but our great ones are yet to come. If we ask questions, if we question answers, if we unindoctrinate ourselves and get busy, I have faith in you. The world's going to be better than it's ever been, sooner than we ever will imagine. And we're the ones that's going to make it happen. I trust you. Let's get busy.